Just tell us a little bit about your role with Bristol Academy.
So I'm a coach here. I coach the under-16s, assist with the under-18s, and do a bit of skills with some of the boys as well, particularly kicking.
How long have you been involved?
Started my second year.
Okay, and you recently went to Australia. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's probably good to start with what I did. So I had the opportunity to go and see some teams over in Australia for a month. I think I ended up seeing 13 teams in a month over 3 different sports, which was pretty cool.
What was the purpose of the visit?
So it was probably twofold. The first thing for me was to go and see what I could bring back to the academy and to the roles that I've got over here, and what I could learn in terms of rugby side. And the other side for me is I've probably been in a bit of a bubble for the last 4.5 years, like trying to be a professional rugby player and then having to retire and go into coaching. So for me to get out of that bubble and see what I could learn about myself over in Australia was a pretty cool thing to do.
And you visited teams from a range of sports, and that must have been really worthwhile because you can see these different environments.
Oh yeah, so I had the chance to go to New Zealand, but I chose to go to Australia because of the different sports, and to see rugby league, see rugby union, see Aussie rules was pretty awesome. The other thing is everyone trains on public land. So everything's sort of free. You can go and watch, you can pitch up, you can talk to the people, you can talk to the players, you can talk to the coaches, which is great in terms of grounding players and grounding coaches and keeping the fans involved. So you'll be a fan for life if you go to a team in Australia. So I was at Hawthorn's AFL the day before a game, and I tried to count, but I couldn't count. There were over 200 kids on the pitch before training, like 5 minutes before they all cleared off and watched. And what an amazing thing for the players to experience and for the fans to experience.
So did you get a real sense of transparency and openness from coaches towards you and what you can take?
I didn't really know what I was going to expect in terms of how open people would be with me and how much I'd be able to see, but they literally couldn't care less. I was in the half-time talks, I was in pre-selection talks, things like that, which was amazing. And just to bring that atmosphere back to here and sharing knowledge to gain knowledge is a pretty cool way to be, I think.
Were there any lessons in particular that you took? Was there anything that struck with you?
Yeah, so I looked at culture and how to build an environment that will sustain long-term development in players and long-term success in a club, and how important academy is in that. If you get the best people in, if you look after them and you look after the whole person and enable them to do things, so can you build skills in them that look after their personal life or their social life or their work life outside of rugby? Does that have a benefit in terms of rugby? And it definitely does, but more importantly, it has a benefit for them as a person. So they start to enjoy life, they enjoy rugby, they stay involved. So I think at our academy there's a very small percentage of players that will become professional rugby players. How do we keep the rest enjoying rugby, enjoying life? Wouldn't it be great to have some success stories that come from Bristol Academy that go and be good doctors, nurses, school teachers, things like that, and all those skills that we can teach them?